Hi everyone, welcome to my reading, welcome to my channel. Okay. Um I had to restart this because I had to restart this because I was like getting really I'm like getting to that point where I'm like letting go of these false narratives. And so what it is that basically divine masculine, divine feminine hero tantric journey, I'm stepping into my power, right? So for the longest time, when it came to my twin flame journey and finding my spouse, finding my person, I've known who I chose when I was way young. I knew who I wanted to be with. But then there was somebody else that thought it was their lay of claim, right? They thought that it was their grandiose idea to take me away from that dream. If you guys know the story, right? Thank you so much for mentioning the Vedic information, because this is what it is, the story of Persephone, right? Or Psyche, or or me, just me, quite literally, and or even the story of Sophia. It's always about them having the opportunity of being blessed, being a divine feminine energy, right? Being innocent, and then something coming in to attack them or take their innocence or something like that. And at first there was this belief and like about it, which is so innocent, right? Where it's like, oh, it's about them losing their virginity. You know what I mean? But the reality is that that's not true. They can't lose their virginity. That's not how it works, right? I can't lose my virginity. That's not how that works. The same way I can't lose my soul or lose my head. I can't do that. I can't do that. Like, that's just not possible. Is the same way that God is the one that is in control, is the one that is in authority over all, over everything. And God puts his shape and image in all his children, right? And molds his children to be of the light as he is, to walk with him, is the same thing. But then there are these energies, right? In this kind of like, I don't know what the fuck this is. And they think it's like, they think that it's, I don't know, they be functioning off of thinking. That's really the reality. They function off of thinking, not not of soul, not of essence, not of light, of thinking. I don't even like, what is thinking, right? Philosophy. These are philosophies, things that are already like basically man-made, human-made philosophies, right? There's the reality that is, and then there's the philosophy that is then understood afterwards, right? There's the beginning, the end, alpha, the omega, right? There's the first, the last, and then there's all that stuff in between that it like, it's all in between that, right? But then the actual reality and truth lies within what is whole of the beginning and the last, right? So it could only be like it's like the same thing where people were attempting to worship, like, thou shalt not commit idolatry. That's one of the commandments, right? Thou shalt not commit idolatry. So people learn, like, the individuals, right? Whatever they are, they're like studying something that already is, but then they're relying on their thinking. So relying on their understanding, their own leaning, their own leniency upon what is. But what is has always been. So it can't change just because they thought, you know what I mean? Just because they were thinking, I was thinking, like, type energy. Like that doesn't do anything. In fact, that's the blockage. So I'm stepping into my power now, and I'm releasing all those things, right? And something that happened to me when I was very young was the same thing. I was deeply in love with someone. I was a kid. I was a baby. I was deeply in love with someone, and I hung around their family all the time, right? And I was always by myself, and I was always looking forward to like expressing my, you know what I mean, all of me with the person that I was in love with. Is still in love with. Divine masculine, divine feminine. I am divine feminine. They are divine masculine. Tantric journey. It's something that's here for us. But in order for us to really get through it with each other, we would have to master or build mastery within the communication that is already. So we would already be in that prosperous communication energy, so that it's not awkward and stuff, perception, so our perception is pure, of Christ, of Christ, of crown, our crown chakra. See how I'm saying of mind? That's what I'm saying. It's like it's like that mindfulness energy, but it's like leaning, like whatever it is belief. There's a lie right there. You see, there's a lie right there. It's like leaning towards mind, but it's like mind what? Mind who? Mind of what? Like mind at what? Like, you know what I mean? There's all these other questions, right? And that's the problem. The problem is that whatever kind of idea, or it's not really an idea, whatever principality it is that seems to contribute, right? And it really is about contributing and taking away from what is divine and true and purposeful. It seems to be like, I don't know, it's like, you see, it seems to take away from discernment. But we already know the only thing that takes away from that discernment is that snake, right? So really it's that serpent as energy. So whenever I'm rebuking it and I'm letting all the angels and ancestors know that I'm rebuking it, right? I've been doing this since I was a kid. I've been saying no to whatever that is as a kid, but it didn't matter to it. It didn't matter. Like, no matter how much I was saying no as a kid, right? The rapist would still rape me. But it wasn't even about saying no. It's the fact that not even knowing how to say no yet, but being put in the position where I have to say no. You know what I mean? And it's like body language and the things that are obvious, things that can be studied, so that people could really understand what no means, especially to a little girl. But these things not being reciprocated due to like the discernment being thrown off. It's like weird. So it's like that energy where it's like when someone is saying no, they can say no in many ways, right? It doesn't have to be just utilizing their voice. Their body could be saying no. They could be their minds may be saying no, right? Maybe that's what it is, minding. And that's what it is that they were trying to skew. These energies were trying to skew this, right? Minding. That's what it is that's coming to the forefront now. The truth is being revealed about what it means to be mindful and minding, because that's what these energies didn't care about, right? All those darker energies that well, this isn't dark energy, but this is what they were trying to dim, which doesn't work like that. It's like I'm going to tap into it. But this is what I mean. It's like, as soon as I start like reading these things, right? And I'm really understanding my mind, my mindfulness, the way that I communicate, right? These energies, people can obviously see that I'm uncomfortable, right? I'm clearly uncomfortable, right? I'm obviously uncomfortable. I don't have to scream and yell that I'm uncomfortable. I don't like whatever the fuck this is. Like, I don't like that. But the fact that you mentioned, the fact that you mentioned memories, right? It reminded me, like, that's probably what this is like all those like memories that's of somebody else's darkness that I had unfortunately had to go through. I had to feel suppressed by somebody else's darkness. I had to feel that. And the fact is that is what had happened to me due to all that fucking bullshit that lack of mind, that lack of discernment that wasn't with me, right? But I had to survive through that. So it's kind of like that energy. It's kind of like that energy where it's like there's a reality that I had to go through, a true path that I had to survive through, fight through, when it came to those darker energies. And those same darker energies making whatever false mind it is, maybe that's what it is, a false mind. Yeah, it's definitely like a false mind. See, didn't I say? And it's like it's really annoying. It's really annoying. It's like making a false mind of, let me read this. Root chakra stimulates passion, supports our sense of security in the physical plane, both in our bodies as well as our physical world. And this is what it was that was being constantly like attacked. The root, childhood, all that stuff. Making it seem like, yo, the amount of times people were like, when I was in high school, right, people were trying to call me a witch. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, I could not tell you why. Like, it was just like something that they were just going around trying to call me a witch. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't understand, bruh. It made no sense to me, right? Let me tell y'all also the kind of bullying they had, like heavy. Okay, so it's psychological. Didn't I say psychological bullying? It's them trying to mold me into whatever it is that they're perceiving within themselves, and then also trying to force it upon me, and then it like it's so fucking irritating. I cannot. And then those memories then still being put up to the forefront. That's why I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with it. And that's what's changing at this time. It's changing because it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair how I've been the one fighting my soul, my spirit, my energy, pure me, my life, fighting constantly I'm staying in the light. Tell me why I have to fight. I'm already in the light and I'm still fighting. Like, it doesn't make sense. See, consciousness. It's like whatever like inconsiderate, like that's their consciousness. It's them. It's like, it's so annoying. It's so annoying, but it's literally so annoying. Yeah, see, throat chakra in reverse. It's like, it's unspeakable things that like, and that are unspeakable to me, things that I wouldn't want to, I don't have it to share. You know what I mean? I don't have it to share, but I've experienced it. And since I've had to experience these things, it's like having to explain to those how to protect themselves from these things and how to like rebuke them, and I'm rebuking them still, and it's still coming through as if like, what? Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can y'all can literally see throat chakra in reverse. This is what it fucking looks like. It fucking feels like this too. It's like, see, this is what's coming through now. See, immediately, passion of Christ, universal love coming through. Jesus Christ, quite literally, is Jesus Christ's energy coming through to activate my throat chakra, to activate and help me to speak my truth. And that's the thing. That's where I have to say, like, I am the word, and I do convey these things, right? I do convey these things. But it's this energy right here, the disbelief. It's like so, like, it's just that's the thing that I can't, like, I don't get it. I can't relate to it. You know what I mean? I can't relate to it. I'm not related to that darkness. It's not for me. It's not mine. I don't have to go through. It's the same thing as saying no during rape, and the rapist not just like, you know, when a rapist says something along the lines of talking down on the person, saying something along the lines of like, that's what they want, but that's not what the person who's being raped wants. You know what I mean? Or that's what they've asked for, and it's not what the person who's being raped asked for. You know what I mean? It's that energy where it's like, that's something that it's like what? Like, that's the energy that they're putting out. And then it's like, it's not resonating. You know what I mean? It's not resonating. So it's like it's like they're trying to force me to resonate with them. And I'm like, y'all not even resonating. Like, it's not resonating. Transition. Like, that's the thing. Yeah, compassion, solar plexus. This is my soul is speaking. Like, I'm speaking. You know what I mean? And whatever that is like, I can't explain it, man. What is that? Holy Spirit, what is that? Yeah, it's like, that's what it is that they were trying to force a contract on, was my heart's effort, like my heart's purity. They wanted to take my heart's purity. That's what they wanted to take. And I said no. And it's like they're not, it's not, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what to, you know what I mean? When somebody signs a false contract they made, right, in somebody else's name, who that's fraud, right? That's illegal. That's fraud. That's the same thing that they're trying to do to me constantly. And I'm constantly saying no. But then, it's prophesized. It's prophesized. If you read the Bible, if you knew what's happening right now, and you know what this shit is, right? You're gonna know. You're gonna fucking know. But that's also why I have this. That's also why I have my crown. That's why I also have my seals on my crown, on my body, on myself, in my soul, in my structure, in everything that I am. And Jesus Christ has already put what the truth within me, has already purified my heart, has already put everything that I needed to be aware of in my mind, right? That's what is occurring right now. And they're trying to take it out. It doesn't make sense. You know that they said that Jesus is going to put all those truths inside all his chosen ones' hearts and minds, right? So it's like that constant thing where it's like not like, it's not being seen like my innocence in the matter because of that energy, because it's a principality. It's not leaving me. It's not leaving me alone. And I begged already. I've been begging. See, the prosperity that is within me, that's what they're trying to take. And I'm saying no. That's why it's divine feminine energy here. It's like, constantly these battles happening, and people are trying to understand why. And I'm like, does it not occur that I'm divine feminine? Does it not occur that I'm the empress, and that if they're constantly attacking me, putting me in a tower, hurting me, raping me, that everything else would be off balance too? Like, wouldn't that come to, like, isn't that like putting things to perspective? In their perception of things, it's like all fucked up. So if they're putting their false fucked up perceptions on everybody else, and the people that are meant to be helping me are all like trying to kill me, then of course it's like all fucked up and confusing then, isn't it? And it's like, that's really the truth. That's really the truth about the situation. It's like, like, and when I ask like, who's with me? And then it's like, God is with me. And then and then they're like, sacral discernment. Yeah. So it's like, so sacral. What's up with the sacral energy then? It's about abundance, about creativity. Emergence is constantly coming through. See? Look. Approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. So really, with sacral energy coming through, it's like the beauty of my divinity emerging. That's what they were attempting to put, like they were trying to like cover, and whatever they were trying to do, and they were see, that's what they were doing while I was transitioning, while I was changing, while I was going into my tantric journey. They were attempting to do all that. It was crazy. It's crazy. See, divine masculine only now is starting to understand this stuff, like how I'm a miracle and everything. That's wild. They're only now starting to see the miracles that are. Like, yeah, duh. Like, now the roots is coming through. Now Jesus Christ is coming through, like, properly. Like, see, emergence and tantric journey, like, starting to understand, like, this empowerment for, like, at least putting the understanding of empowerment within me, what it means to empower myself, right? So, yeah, it's just pretty wild. It's pretty wild. What is that about? It's about, like, culmination. Is it culmination? Yeah, exactly. That's what, see, and then they would look at me. Like, that's the thing about copying and copycat energy. They would look at me and then, like, with their fucking assuming, and maybe that's what it is in their mind. They're minding, right? Their idea of minding, right? Yeah, exactly. Their idea of minding is assuming of mind. You know what I mean? So assuming of mine. Isn't that rape? Isn't that rape? Assuming of mine? That's like getting a drunk girl at a bar, right? Like that's like one of those people who lace women at bars and then, like, acting as if they wanted to have sex with them. That's rape, right? Assuming of mine, that's rape. And that's, see, consciousness. And that's what I'm saying here. It's like there's consciousness, which is within mindfulness, which this is what life is all about as well. Consciousness and delight, that's life. Being alive. Isn't that being alive? Consciousness and delight, that's being alive. That's why we wake up every day thanking God. That's living. That's living being type stuff. Living. And maybe that's what these cards are telling me to do, is breathe. That's literally me breathing. See, communication, breathing. See how God is the one who gives me life, who brings life to me, who brings me forth to life, brings me to the light. And those is like, it's wild. It's really wild. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick. Okay, thank you for that contribution. See, Gaia. Look, Mother Earth coming through in the reading. That's basically what they were siphoning. Okay, now it makes sense. See, this is what it is that they were of minding. Whatever the fuck they were utilizing was of Earth. See, was of... Didn't I show you Gaia? Now Earth? That's what I'm saying. It's something that it had been produced by Gaia. Okay? This right here is something produced by Gaia, right? God gave of the abundance, that the riches that are on earth. You know, they say the meek shall inherit the earth, right? So we've inherited these gifts. We've inherited these things on earth. And then there are those, okay, now we can bring it forth because now it's purifying, now it's being cleansed. You see how it's been brought to the light and now it's being it's being seen as something that's pure and light and justified, because this is how it's fucking done. This is how it's done. And this is how we're led away from temptation. See, coherence, and now the coherence is coming through with the soul time. Okay. Yeah, and it's through this we can utilize this, like, the newness within the reality that we are assembling into. That's what it is, assembly. That we're assembling. This is what it is. It's wild. I can't explain it. But basically assembling, it's like, I mean, it's new. That's why I probably can't explain it right now. So something is assembling for us, okay? One second. Yeah, something is coming to assembly for us here on earth, right? The things that we've been manifesting as well. Let's see. Maybe my pillars are being restored. That's what's occurring. So now it's like, I feel like it has to do with immortality. Yeah, divine masculine, you see? A romantic love. I can't make this up. Sacral chakra, change. Yeah. So this is about sanctity as well. Sanctimonial energy, vows. See, now I'm getting back into that. Like, see, as soon as I start realizing something, like immediately start getting sleepy. Like, I don't understand. See, transition. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. As soon as I start getting something, all of a sudden, that's what I'm not getting. The other, like, whatever side of it that's making me feel like drained immediately after I realize something is maybe his brain power. I don't know. Discernment. You see? I can't make this shit up. I can tell that there's something going on. I can tell that there's something going on. I can tell that it's like I can tell, but because I'm like, it's that rape energy again. It's constantly happening, yo. I can't make this shit up at the fuck all. And then it's like, if I'm not talking about it, if I'm not speaking about it, if I'm not actually expressing what is going on, it's like all that shit starts happening, right? I start getting like all that like I suddenly like, I don't know, bruh. What is it about? I know some people have eyes saw exactly what the fuck just happened. I know if you like, what the fuck? What is this going on? Yeah, I don't know what this is. It just went like this. Should be like this. So it is like a weird ass, like, it is like a curse. It's some shit like that. You know, in the past, motherfuckers, they were just trying to stop people from utilizing magic because they were using magic to be Nazis. That's what it is, because they were Nephilims. Huh. Let's be real. Let's be fucking for real up in this bitch. And look at this, biblical in reverse. What I say? They weren't called to do whatever the fuck that they were doing. They were literally, look at this. Didn't I say it's a principality? Didn't I say? That's what was occurring. They were building a false mind. They were building false idols. That's what they were doing. And through those false idols, they were attempting to drain. Every time I realize something, they want to take it. Every time I'm thinking about something, they want to act like they're thinking about it. Every time I'm doing something, they want to act like as if they're doing it too. Every time I'm living my life, every time I'm doing what I do, they want to act like they did it, and they never could. They never could. You look at them and you go, and that's why we have all these tests and trials and things. Because of these motherfuckers that keep trying to pretend to get through the test. And it's like, that's not how it works. Yeah, look, Native American vows. Look, the Native Americans, they swore this land is being purified. By the way, this land is being purified. The Native Americans are standing up now properly. The natives, the proper natives, Incans, Mayas, because this is where that's how they had to cleanse out all their generational curses on this land too. And it's in my DNA as well, so I had to help. And then I moved forward. Look at this, imprisonment and slavery. That's basically what was occurring. Those people, they were doing doing all that shit, being oppressed by something that was manifested, not even co-created, manifested. A manifested something. Look at this, unrequited love and orphan. In reverse too. What does that even mean? Orphan in reverse? So it's like, Isn't that Nephilim energy that I was mentioning? What's that about? See? I can't make this up. The Arts Father. Didn't we see Celtic? Didn't I say they were making false idols? You know, it's a rule, right? It's not just a rule, it's a law. It's not only a rule, it's a law. That we are incapable of imagining what God is. We are incapable of imagining who God is. We are incapable of imagining God. That is a fact. That is a fact. We are incapable of imagining God. God himself is unfathomable, is beyond what we could ever perceive. You know? So when they're doing all that fucking bullshit, right? Doing the most, look how I immediately went to, I said all that bullshit, right? And they wanted to ask what the bullshit was, so they just took it, right? They didn't just take it, they stole what I had been communicating about. The bullshit that it is that they were doing. Now they have to face it. Like a thief in the night. Right? Didn't I say Jesus Christ came in? Like a thief in the night. So, yeah. Phobias. Really, that's what it is. They were building it off of Abi sensibility. See, that's what I'm saying. They wanted a false sense of sensibility. They wanted a false sensibility. Isn't that principality right there? So this is just wisdom that they're trying to siphon off of me. For whatever reason. Actually not whatever reason. For a principality. It's right there. Yeah, trust and faith. Yeah, no, the angels been see this. Yeah, look at it. Native American spirituality and religion. Look, they're really finding out about all the stuff that these people were hiding, about what it is that they were truly doing. The natives are really figuring out, yeah, why in the fuck these orphan trains and all that shit was going on. They're really figuring this stuff out now. Like right now. Wisdom. I can't make this up. Look, did you see that again? I almost went down again. Look, wisdom and father. Look at this. So they keep on taking things about me and trying to mold it into whatever it is that they... Wow. These motherfuckers are stupid. They're stupid. I can't. Because if they actually knew what it is that I knew, they would be looking so dumb. They would look so fucking stupid. They will go back home. They'll go to wherever they came from. They'll go sit down somewhere. And like, I'm not even kidding. Look, they're trying to figure it out now. Now they're all like losing their shit. I can't make this up. I'm feeling it. They're literally losing their shit right now. Yeah, look. This is what they were worshiping. I couldn't even make it up even if I wanted to. I couldn't even make it up even if I wanted to. There we go, a complete sentence. I couldn't even make it up even if I wanted to. This is what they were worshiping. Look, they try to take it again. I can't make this up. Okay, how do I stop this? The thing is that I gotta eat, so and I don't really have any funds to get anything to eat right now. So it's like them doing this is like they're causing this for themselves. And they're trying to force me to look at this. Yeah, they're trying to force me to look at this. Wow, finally, thank God. Oh my God, my throat chakra is cleared up. Thank God. Thank God. Yeah, they're trying to force, so this is why I started this reading. You know when during 9/11, they said that they didn't show the attack on TV after like the first or second day anymore, because they knew it was traumatic. And so they didn't want to keep showing it to traumatize people type stuff. So tell me why in the fuck it's not traumatic for somebody else or all them people repeating the same stories over and over again, repeating the same cycles over and over again, and forcing other people to watch it. How is that not traumatic? How is it not traumatic for people like me to have to go through and watch these things and witness these things happen over and over and over again? How is that not traumatic? How is that not abusive? So they're telling me that it's only traumatic when they want it to be traumatic, right? Isn't that torture? So they think that they have control over who gets to be traumatized and who doesn't. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Because this is what it is that they were stopping me from communicating. They were stopping me from utilizing my own abilities. This is what they were trying to block from me to being coherent and clear. Look at this. Yeah. Okay. So now they're trying to change it up. See, I can't make this up at all, bruh. Okay, so it is there. They keep on forcing past. See how it came up again? They keep on trying to simulate. Look, they keep on trying to force phobias. Man, I'm not scared of the past. And I'm not scared of the future. And I'm not scared of the present. Like, it's like they have these phobias somewhere in them. And they're attempting to utilize me as a form of their... Yeah, look at this. All this shit right here. Yeah, didn't I say they're looking real stupid? Wisdom in reverse. Like, all this information. This is what it is that they're forcing. It's rape. It's wild. Yeah, they keep on forcing. So it's like forcement. They're trying to do... What is this about, Holy Spirit? Why did they keep doing this? How are they still doing this? How are they still doing this? Like, how are they still doing this? Because, like, yeah, exactly. Like, how are they still doing this? Why? No. Yeah, like, why? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is what they're putting. They're telling me now. They're trying to tell me to stop. Stop what? Look, they're trying to stop me. You see, stop. You see what they're doing? They're constantly, and the thing is coming out like this. Like, no, I'm not stopping. Like, I never did stop though. That's the thing. I never did stop. Balance. Look, they're going through it. It's really crazy out here. I can't. I'm balanced, right? I'm balanced. They're like, this is what it is that they were projecting. So it was a dark cloud that they were projecting. They were attempting to project something, and it's not projection, okay? Projection only happens when it's light, okay? So that's what this is. It's weird, bruh. It's like as I'm shining, right? And as I'm shining bright and brighter and brighter, I'm shining my light, right? I'm shining my light, right? They're like, it's about values, you know, when you, if you know arts, yeah. So that's what it is as well. It's like the value of what it is that they are, like, perceiving is their own reflection, is the reflection of themselves. The value of what they're perceiving is a reflection of themselves. But due to the fact that I am of Christ, I am of God, right? Due to the fact that I am a child of God, I'm also having to, like, experience the like, it's a weird, like, formation of what it is, that it becomes like a weird, it becomes like a weird formation. Like, that's the same thing that was manifested, right? But this is something that Gaia teaches us. This is something that the earth teaches us. This is something that, this is something that the earth teaches us. So there's a good lesson here. There's a lesson here that can be learned to release ourselves from these things. There's a lesson here. As soon as, see, look at this. You see fear and unrest. So really it's restlessness. That's the energy principality, what it is that they're worshiping, the restlessness, right? That's what it is, right? What is that about, Holy Spirit? That's pretty much it. Yep. Look at that. So the creativity, so it's like, look, as soon as creativity and love came through, as soon as God came through, they wanted to attack and take it away. But they were rejected immediately. Because it's not stopping. They were the ones that were stopped immediately. There's space here. There's space here. There's space to move, to live, to breathe, to be creative, to love. That's creativity and love. See, passion. That's also sacral energy. To express. There's space to express. See, sacral chakra. There's space to express. Look, there's space to express compassion. So there's room for cherishment, enrichment as well. There's room for enrichment. There's room for cherishment. So there's room to love. The same way that's coming through for me, the message that's for you and I, collective. The message is that you are lovable. You are adored. You are valued. You are trusted. You are protected. You are supported. And that's like also messages that translate through the heart. See, healing, they translate through the heart. But that's why they keep on. Do you see how I can't make this shit up? You see? As soon as the heart starts healing and starts purifying, they want to come along and start doing all this shit. Look, the authority of Christ is here. The authority of the Lord Jesus Christ is here. The authority of God is within me. They're still doing all this to change how I speak. Look, see? This is what the power it is that they were utilizing to turn into that principality. That's what it is. Conception. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin. Consciousness to our origin. The place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and the possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focus, awareness, and intention. So it's almost as if them being of darkness and us being of light, and them assuming of mind, while we preach of soul, of mind, of Christ. We're conceptualizing through the light, through our origins, through our spirit, the Holy Spirit, through us, God conceptualizes. Through me, God conceptualizes my destiny, my fate, my whole, as in wholesomeness, my whole, my one, my being. But these are manifested off of fragments, brokenness. You know what I mean? These things is dark night as a soul energy. Yeah. So basically cute energy, cuteness, I be sweetness, they're angry. They're angry about my sweetness. They're angry about my compassion. They're angry about my true face, my true being. That's what it is. They're angry about my soul, my spirit. Isn't it wrath? I rebuke wrath. 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 That's what it is, disruption. I rebuke wrath. I rebuke wrath. I rebuke wrath. I rebuke wrath. See, consciousness. So, collective, you're going to be more consciously aware of your balance now. You're going to be more consciously aware of how you balance your integrity, how you balance out your modesty. You're going to be more consciously aware of being comfortable within your own skin, being comfortable within your own presence. Okay, confidence and comfort here. You're going to be more confident within yourself about what truly is destined for you. Okay, the concepts, the true and pure concepts that you are represented in and that you could represent. Yeah, movement towards cleansing. There's a purification now. I rebuke wrath. Yeah, see, death. That's it. That's it. That's another demon slain. So, yeah, sweetness. They're still, they think that, yeah, see, cleansing and purification now. Intuition, intuitive abilities to, yeah, intuitive strengths. Yeah, see, Holy Spirit here. What is that about? Yeah, you see, this is what it is that they were projecting. I can still, yeah, and that's what it is that they were forcing remembrance on. This acknowledging one's path, one's destiny, one's testimony. Like, that's what it is. It's like motherfuckers never heard of taking a walk before. You know? It's like, for example, some people, they didn't have to work out for their abs. They just got them. You know what I mean? But it's also the same thing as like someone expecting someone else with big ass titties, like big old titties. Like I used to, like my titties are growing again because like someone was trying to suck my fucking essence out of me. It was crazy. So what'd you call it? Tick old bitties, big old titties. So it's like that. Someone who had surgery, right, to get their ass fat and to get their titties fat, right? And is going around acting as if everybody else has to do that too. And that it's impossible for anyone else, as if it's impossible for anyone else who has big titties to have them naturally. Like that's the same energy. It's that's literally what faithlessness, that's the energy of it. It doesn't make any sense. Like just because they're doing whatever in the fuck it is that they're doing with themselves doesn't mean that anybody else is going through it. It's like the energy of that is that same like loneliness, right? It's not unique though. It's not unique. It's cliche and unoriginal, which is exactly why it's loneliness, which is why I rebuke Satan always. I rebuke Satan always. And see, transition. This is what it is occurring. See, healing and compassion. The heart energy, heart center. See, heart. Didn't I say? As soon as my heart, my purity starts being active, they want to change it through the root. They want to go back. That's what it is. Back where though? You see? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Desires, manifesting success. You see, manifesting. So that was that was the falseness in their integrity. Remember when I said you're going to be more consciously aware of your balance and integrity. You're going to be more understanding of how to maintain it. Okay? This is what it was. Manifesting success. They were manifesting through the materials and the lessons that Gaia was teaching us all that principality bullshit, all that fakeness. Whereas collective, we were manifesting success, not only through our desires, but through our passion of Christ, the passion in our spirit, the passion of our truth, our phoenix rising energy, our light, our soul consciousness, sacral energy here, the flow of our wisdom, acceptance of who we are, and truly in cosmic flower, being a part of a collective, being a part of one. See, authority, one God. You see? One. Subhanallah. See, immediately coming out, romantic love, sacral energy, and what you call it, tantric experiences. You see, these aren't things that are restricted to. I rebuke lust, I rebuke wrath, I rebuke lust. These are lustful things. What I do is not lustful, it's sensual. See, that's too much. That's too much because I don't know anything about that. Like, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. To me, as a woman, I exist. Period. Like, that's the thing. You see, I don't know anything about that. That's alchemy. That's, see, transmutation. That's retarded because it's not important for women. That's retarded. You see what I'm talking about? You see, I'm a woman. I am prosperity. I am abundance. Like, I am love. See, Gaia, I am. Like, that's God. I mean, God is love. But this is within me, you know? So it doesn't make sense like that. Like, it doesn't, like, I don't know anything about that. Like, what? What? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I did this painting, but that's because I was called to do it. It wasn't something, see, romantic love is something that I work through with authority, see? It's not like, I don't sit out here calculating shit. Like, that's crazy, bruh. That's crazy. Sacral energy is right here. The light is within, as within, so without, as above, so below. It's not that complicated, but that's what I'm talking about. That faithlessness is what was driving people to do that shit. Talking about themselves like that. Acting as if that was where they came from. Acting as if those are the same memories that's why this shit is here. Because that's not what you were talking about. And that's what I'm saying. That's not what you were talking about. What you were talking about was completely different. That's why I don't know anything about that shit. Like, I'm not finna put myself in that scenario. I'm not finna put myself in that position. I transmute. Yes, I do. Did I have to transmute away from sexual trauma? I did. That's called healing. Forgiveness heals. That's also a part of transmutation. Doing artwork is also a part of expression. It has nothing to do with, like, I don't know about any of that. Like, what you were talking, I have no idea what you were talking about. But that's what I'm saying. That's not what it is. That's exactly why I'm saying it's of mind. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's not about that. It's like, it's wild. It's wild because I don't know what it is that it's like, because, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You see how you took what I said and acted like I didn't agree with what I was saying towards myself? But that's what I, like, that's where that energy is. Holy shit, bruh. Healing. I be healing. You know what this is? This is sacred geometry. This is sacred geometry. This exists within us. We utilize as within, so without. Whatever we are within is what we manifest outside of us. We exist in a reality that we had manifested, co-creating with God. So you putting your, like, it's that simple. It's not that complicated. I said it's not that complicated. I said it's not that complicated. You said that you said that it's fine if I don't agree. But I never presented myself in that energy. I said I'm divine feminine. I'm the empress. Bruh, he said, yes, that's what transmutation is. Yo, stop talking to yourself through me. Please, stop talking to yourself through me. If you're gonna talk to yourself in the mirror. Go talk to yourself in the mirror. Because, like, you're affirming yourself to, like, at me. And I'm like, I'm not your mirror. Stop. This is what the problem is. I'm trying to say it right here. Whatever memory it is of darkness that you had is not my life. It's not what I had to go through. I had to survive that. The sexual trauma, all that shit was what you guys were doing onto us. As women in the collective. It ain't got nothing to do with us. A lot of us are a part of the light. That's what it is. We are in the light. See, solar plexus energy coming through here with passion. It's really simple. I really can't stand it when I'm talking. I'm giving a message. I'm talking and it's for real. And the problem will show itself. I said soul time. Didn't I say it's the same thing that occurred? See, dynamic root chakra, allowance, see? They were putting themselves in my, as if they were all-knowing. And Allah is all-knowing. Not that person randomly. You see? Divine masculine perception. Because this is what I'm looking towards. I'm seeing divine masculine. I'm seeing my spouse. I'm seeing that energy in kingdom. Sacral energy. That's what it is that it's being called to me. And I'm being called towards. But they're going off about whatever it is that they were talking about. I have to read this. Look. That they've been practicing sexual transmutation and doing shadow work to heal sexual traumas, to move up from existing in their lower animalistic state. And ever since then, temptations had been sent to drag them. They're talking about a lower animalistic state that they were putting themselves in. And that's the same temptation that was there. And they had fallen for it. Consciousness. And somehow, like, they want to tell me what I'm doing and all this stuff. And I'm like, I said I don't know anything about that. I said I'm being led away from temptation. And there it is. Didn't I talk about that in my previous reading? I talked about it in my previous reading where I said I be being led away from temptation. And the motherfucker is trying to follow me. I'm like, stop. And that's why they're trying to tell me to stop. Acting like it's really crazy. It's maniacal. It's maniacal. God forbid, I rebuke the devil. I rebuke the devil. I rebuke the devil. It's really maniacal. That's why this shit was coming up constantly. Because they were trying to reflect. See, now it's going away. They were trying to reflect whatever it is of themselves onto me. And me being how I am and me being made the way that I am, it's very obvious. It's very obvious how it is that it's reflecting off of me, see? That's immunity. Okay, so now it's making sense. Finally, immunity is what they were trying to stifle off of me. See, mystery. That's with God. Finally, thank God. This is what I would be going through during the first. I haven't even done it's been an hour into this reading. I haven't even gotten into it properly. But this is what I'm talking about. They really do all this shit to try and like force themselves through like they try to force themselves through me. And I said only God, only God can do that. Only God can speak through me. Only God can speak through me. Only God may speak through me. I only give permission to God to speak through me. I only give God permission to speak through me. I only give God permission to speak through me. It's really that simple. Love, see? See? There's no frustration about it. There's flow, trust here, consciousness here, being awakened, energy being trusted. Yeah, things being laid to rest, happiness being awakened. See? Balance being put into balance. Look, heart being purified. This is what's going on with you, collective. This is what's going to happen. Tantric journey with Gaia, in Gaia. You see? Now, this is what it is that has been. This is what it is that something assembling on earth. That's what it is. The tantric experiences that we're meant to be going through as adults on earth. They're going to be appropriated. Okay, they're going to be appropriated. That's the word. Oh my goodness. See, all the answers are coming through now. Yeah, I had my pen here for a second. Okay, there it is. Hey, okay. Yeah, so all the answers are, I said answers, all the experiences that we're meant to be going through appropriately are being appropriated for us in the collective. Yeah, realization. You see, I can tell they keep coming back to watch it because it keeps trying to come up. But it's only when they're there. Yeah, realization, change, alchemy. See, they were trying to alchemize through my energy, through my abundance, my wisdom. They were trying to utilize it. And it's looking real stupid. They were looking real stupid, trying to act as if like I'm over here realizing things. My manifestations had already come in. I'm realizing my manifestations through my expressions of it, right? That then allows for alchemy. They're talking about they're doing things backwards. They were doing things without order, which is a telltale sign that God did not permit them to do whatever the fuck it is that they were doing. Because if God permitted them to do what, they would have been doing it in order. But they weren't. They weren't doing it in order. Yeah, see solar plexus chakra and healing. See prosperity coming through. The abundance is finally coming through now. Sacral romantic love. Now the romantic love is being, see, that's where it is that they were taking allowance from. Basically, this is what it is that they thought that they were going to be blocking. Sanctity, sanctimonial energy. See how universal love is coming through now with the cleanliness. That's within cleanliness. That's coming through with Jesus Christ. 1744. 1744. Conception. This is where they were mentioning, because this was the lesson that was to be learned. See, it's coming through again. This is the lesson that was to be learned, and they were like saying back down. Then that they were manifesting off of, like, I don't know what the fuck that they were talking about, man. I don't know what the fuck they were talking about. they were confusing themselves, thinking that they were gonna try and confuse me. That was dumb of them. They didn't even spell that correctly, whatever. Yeah, they said it's connecting back to, they said that it's connecting back to the universe, and it would be fine, that it's fine if I hadn't agreed. And then they said that they respect it. I don't know what the fuck that they were talking about. But I literally said, what'd you call it? This is universal love consciousness. So basically, higher self, higher consciousness, higher being, conception, right? This is also with, here it is, galactic guides. That's guidance. That's guidance, basically. That's guidance. And you see how, see, Egypt, see, authority figures. And then here, father, mother, and everything coming through. But this is what it is. Wisdom. See, communal living, monk or nun. So it's really about like covenant, right? That's covenant. That's what it is that Jesus Christ had said. So he said that he was going to be putting the covenant, the new covenant, in the hearts and minds of those that he had chosen, right? And that was what it was that they didn't want to agree on. They were trying to fight it. And I was going to God. I was literally constantly going to God, constantly calling to Christ, constantly calling to Jesus, constantly calling to Allah. And they were constantly trying to stop me. And I'm like, and I was telling them to stop it. And then and this is what it is. They're saying it's connecting and that they respect it. I don't know what it is that they were respecting, but it was clearly not the truth. It was clearly not me. And I keep saying I am the truth. And this is what it is that they keep trying to do. They were trying to prosecute me. See? They were trying to see, this is what it is that they didn't want to agree on. They didn't want to see that my love life is pure, that I am pure. They didn't want to see that those that I was with and those that I'm and the person, my spouse, my kingdom spouse that I'm meant to be with is also pure with me. They didn't want to see that. They wanted to do whatever the fuck that they were doing. Look, see, forgiveness here. And then there's ships with unrequited love. I don't know what that is. What is that? Maybe it's like impasse, so like non-requirements, non-requisites. Yeah, they're like, yeah. See, this is what it is. They're grudging, holding grudges, holding resentments, utilizing those things, and that's what it is that they were projecting, not projecting, but they were in that, because I kept on seeing their shadow. They're talking about shadow work, and I keep on seeing their shadow. Yeah. They see my spouse. They see my spouse. They can tell that I have a spouse. They can tell that I'm clearly, what'd you call it? Yeah, that I clearly, yeah. See, kingdom spouse. They clearly can tell that I have a soulmate, that I have a twin. They can clearly tell, but they wanna, what is it? So God has made it very clear that I'm meant to be with someone, that I'm meant to be living and be living. See, I'm meant to be living. That's the truth. And they were trying to take me out. See, transition, divine feminine. See my energy. See, they were attempting to build false idols off of my truth, off of my image. But when I'm basically expressing myself through my form and my beingness, they wanna like, what is, I don't care. They wanna, no, this is it. They're stopping my desire instead of accepting that I quench my own desires. Like they can't accept that I quench my own desires and that I rise my passion. or that at least, at most, God does. God does it within me, which is why I perceive the ability to do so. It's within my sensual authority, my sensual rights to do so, my sensuality to grow and change or transform. But it's like, yeah, see, miracle. It's within my right to perform these when time comes for me to accept these things in the dynamic that I'm building with God. It is within my capacity to do so as well. Okay, so that last attempt got stopped, finally. That last attempt got stopped. So now we're going to look into it. Yeah, knighthood, or communal living, lessons and blessings. Yeah. So it's about like communal living. I don't know. I don't see what it is that I could be. Yeah. Perseverance. What is this about, Holy Spirit? Perseverance. Communal living, lessons and blessings. Yeah. They wanted me to overcome their issues for them. So they were blocking me from overcoming my own issues because they wanted me to overcome their issues for them. Judgment. Yeah, because that's what they had built all that resentment in. That's why I was coming through as a principality. They were building resentment in those who weren't going through the problems that they were going through. So they were lonely in that and mad at me for being sweet. So they were trying to starve me out. See? You see? They were trying to starve me out by feigning success. Sorry. Not sorry, actually. And I'm not apologetic either. I can't. It's funny. See, happiness and peace I can't. They were feigning success. And as they were feigning success, they thought that it would somehow bring them peace to siphon off of their own negligence of themselves. But see, faith, balance, see, here's the faith, here's the balance collective. Faith, balance, ideation, success. There it is. Manifesting. It's all coming through now appropriately. See? Surrender it all to God. I surrender it to God. I surrender it all to God. I surrender success to God. It is through what God has, see, intuition. So now we're going to be able to see, when it's coming in, how it comes in. Be aware of, be aware of, okay, so there's definitely a mask, okay? There's definitely a mask. There's definitely a mask to where it's like, immunity, okay? Oh, okay, that's what it is. But we can't let these things control us, though. That's the one thing. Protection. Okay, so that's what it is. Some of us, I can't really talk about this, to be honest. But basically, be aware of masking your growth. Okay? Be aware of masking your growth or building immunity through your growth. Okay? Allow your growth to turn into flourishing and accept the fruits of your labor. Basically, there's definitely fear of God here. Yeah, peace here. So, isolation, yeah. So this is what it is. See, determination and confidence, the fear overcame. I already overcame that. So, balance here again. It's really interesting. It's like a battle happening, and Yeah, disruption. It's like weird. What is that about? See? I rebuke pride. 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 See? It's super ungrateful. Because I said, okay, so that's how it bounced off of that guy. Because I said, I thanked that guy for mentioning something about Vedic and memories and stuff. So it allowed me to actually understand a little bit more. He doesn't know that I actually have a lot of like Vedic ancestors and like Indian ancestors. The guy has no fucking idea who I am. But they were in that energy of pride, being ungrateful for the energy and the information I was providing. So like all that backfire is happening now. But yeah. See? Service. I was providing service. Oh, see what it is? And they weren't trying to take it. They weren't trying to take my services. So they were trying to cause me adversity. So judgment is here. You see? Because I'm happy. Yeah. See? And I said there's fear of God. If there's anything that occurs within what I talk about, is because I fear God. Honestly. Sometimes I'd be making mistakes because I'd be stumbling upon my words because I'll be fearing God. You know what I mean? And that's what's changing. Death energy, that's what's changing, because they thought that they had sovereign authority and right over what it is that I do and who I am, due to the fact that they thought that they were. It's like God. It's like the Lord Jesus Christ being happy that I've corrected myself, that I'm standing up for what it is that I am true in, that I'm purifying myself and accepting his teachings. And then somebody else like doing the most to act like I'm speaking to them or something. Humor. See, I can't make this shit up. It's like, what? Like, see, acceptance. See? So, saying no. Didn't I say accepting his teaching? Saying no. Learning to say no. That's what it is that I hadn't seen anywhere in the Bible up until because I started seeing him say like that he wasn't gonna accept people's offerings, and that he was telling people off, and he was telling, like, I saw it go down. He was telling people off. He was saying he was not gonna take their offerings. He said that he was doing all sorts of stuff, right? And I was like, whoa, you can do that? Right? And this is where it is that this is what it is, see? And because I was accepting my lesson to say like, no, you gotta go, right? Type stuff, leave me alone, like I rebuke it. And I was learning over time, because before I couldn't do it. But now I'm better at it, right? And I keep getting better at it, is they keep feeling this way, and I rebuke envy. 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 And they were projecting like, see, success. See, now this is it. So they were projecting their own ideations of success, which wasn't a pure idea, not of truth. That's what it was. That's why it came out that way. But what it is of truth, the success that I received is success that reached me through what it is that I was manifesting with God. Co-creation with God. That's why I mentioned sacral energy, sanctity, sanctity. I keep saying sanctity, right? That's what within covenant, right? And then when I say as a woman, right? Covenant, as a woman, this is like, this for us is more than just like whatever. It's not just to whip it out, like whatever, you know what I mean? However that's what it is that they were trying to force. That's rape. And so like, yeah, so now there's balance here. And I rebuke rape. 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 Yeah, acceptance of success, acceptance of the study. Yeah, service here. Empathy, once again. And this is what it is. Okay, collective? What's that about? there is going to be peace. There is going to be peace on earth, okay? There is going to be peace on earth, sweetness. There is going to be peace on earth. It'll be through how God chooses it to be. Mystery. It'll be a mystery. Don't doubt it. It'll be a mystery. We know it's going to be weirdly unknown. See, it keeps coming out. It'll be a mystery. Leave space. Leave space. Okay? Accept the truth. Okay? Endure your passion. Endure your passion. Endure. Okay? So, yeah. Move with confidence. Move with grace. Yeah. Accept or allow your abundance to flow. Okay? See, that's why frustration keeps coming through here. Because it's what's that about? Okay, so this is the last part about it all. This is the last part about it. Yeah, it's about purposeful trust. So trust and purpose. This is faithfulness. Thou shalt not commit idolatry. Thou shalt not commit idolatry. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. I rebuke stealing. I rebuke stealing. I rebuke killing. I rebuke killing. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. It's like, this is what it is that they were forcing people to endure. They were forcing people to endure prayer. All those darker energies or whatever the fuck they are. Those ones that hadn't been forgiven. Because that's what it is that he said. Jesus Christ himself said that he wasn't going to be, that though there were going to be people who wouldn't be forgiven, that we shouldn't forgive some of those people. That's what was written. It was written that way. So they were trying to force people to endure failure and worry. But that's not passion. That's not faith. And what we're meant to be enduring is our passion. You know when you get so excited? Like remember when we were in school, right? About to go on a road trip or something, and you're so excited that you can't even sleep. That's enduring passion. You gotta go to sleep. You gotta rest. You can't be restless for the trip. You gotta make sure that you're like energized, vital, so that you can go on that trip and really pay attention the whole way through. Whereas it's like these people were trying to force people to be in that energy, in this failure, and it says this failure, in that failure, in that failure, worrisome energy, anxiety, all sorts of weird ass energies, acting as if it was like wholesome, but it wasn't. That's thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not covet. And that's what it is that they were doing. They were constantly coveting. And this trust and purpose is within our abundance, meaning that it is okay for us to trust ourselves. It's okay for us to trust others. It's okay for us to trust the truth. It's okay for us to trust God. It's okay for us to trust the process. It's okay for us to trust in our purpose. It's okay for us to trust in our growth. It's okay for us to trust in our development. It's okay for us to act with ambition. It's okay for us to be alive. It's okay for us to persevere. It's okay. It's okay for us to manage and maintain our coherence and integrity and balance. It's okay for us to maintain our balance. It's okay for us to maintain our integrity. I think that's what I really had to hear, is that it's okay for me to maintain my balance. It's okay for me to maintain my integrity. It's okay for me to maintain my trust. It's okay for me to maintain my love. It's okay for me to maintain my honesty. It's okay for me to maintain my confidence. It's okay for me to maintain my surrender. It's okay for me to maintain my flow. It's okay for me to maintain my justice. It's okay for me to maintain my lifestyle. It's okay for me to maintain my attitude, my aptitude. It's okay for me to maintain my endurance. Yeah. It's okay for me to maintain. It's okay for me to trust. It's okay for me to laugh. Okay? And that's really what it is here. It's like, I'll be talking about one thing. And some of these people think that I'm talking about them. And I don't know where to begin when it comes to that. Because who would want to, like, it's not even about who. It's not even about what. I'm just going to say it straight up. I don't want to talk about you karmics. I don't care about you karmics. I don't want to talk about the snake. I don't want to talk about those people in demise. I don't want to talk about those people. I don't want to talk about any of them. I don't want to talk about Nephilims. I don't want to talk about Nazis. I don't want to talk about shadows and shadow figures and shadow work. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about all that trauma. I just mentioned, how many times have I mentioned this in this, that how is it not abusive for them to continuously do the same thing that was causing harm, that they know causes harm, but they're doing it in all these different ways, acting like, oh, but they stopped it one way. It doesn't matter. They're still doing the same thing over and over again. So that's abusive. That's traumatic. And I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about the good things. I want to transmute. I'm being myself. I'm being who I'm meant to be. I'm trusting in the process. I'm trusting in God. So that means that I don't require. There's no requirement. That's why the unrequited love came out. There's no requirement for me to appease somebody else's dick. That's just the reality of the matter. There's no requirement for me to appease any man but God. God's choosing of a man that I'm meant to appease. There's no requirement, energy. There's no requirement to me being alive as a woman to feel binded to a random whore of a man. There's no requirement for me to feel like a whore, for me to feel like a woman. There's no requirement for me to feel broke to feel alive. There's no requirement for me to feel injustice for me to learn my lesson. That's not how life works. I can learn a lesson and not have to go through an injustice. I can learn my lesson and not have to accommodate somebody else's idea of what studying is. There's no requirement for me to conform into this world. There's no requirement for me to accept this world. There's no requirement for me to accept anyone else but God. Period. So really, the energy here is a tree of life and accepting, accepting our roots, right? Yeah, thank God. Accepting our, accepting our home, our cosmos. It's not this world that's the cosmos. It's not this world that's the galaxy. It's not this world that's the universe. It's not this world that's the earth. It's not this world that's Gaia. The reality is that the world, whatever that is made up. It's a philosophy of mind manifested through abuse, psychological psyche abuse, rape of innocence. That is not a real, true, honorable mental capacity or facilitation. That's the better word. That's not a true mental faculty of existence. It's not a requirement that there be any of that for any kind of reality that we are in. The world is not a requirement within our truth. That is a fact, which is why Celtic, monk or nun, and trust and faith is coming through here. This is saint energy. And that's the reality. Financial health is being restored for the collective at this time. See? And they're still trying to come through here. And I said no. But how many more times may I say no? How many more times must I say no? Do I keep saying no until that negativity eats them up? Because I don't say yes to that. If I was to say yes to that, they'll feel justifying in it. And it's not vengeance that it is that they're looking for. They're not looking for vengeance. I rebuke lust. They're lusting for blood. That's not even pure vengeance. Vengeance is with the Lord. See? Love life. Trees. See? Health. It's written. My name is written in the book of life. And as easy as it was written in, so can yours, collective. So can your name be written in the book of life. But that's in God's favor. That's with God. Vows. See? This is what they were forcing upon you, collective. See? They were trying to force vows that were true and pure, made as within, so without, made vows by God. Seals. Remember I said I have seals on my crown. I have seals. I'm protected. I'm an earth angel. I was sent here by God. I am sent by God. I am a messenger. But they were in their whatever the fuck this is, imprisonment energy. I don't know what the fuck this is, prosecuting those same vows we made with God. See, angels. It's pretty wild. Anything else? Rock. Knighthood. I'm not sure why this male or female card keeps coming out. Or male-female card keeps coming out. Male-female. Maybe it's about, like, see? Maybe it's about, like, yeah, like home improvement. Like home improvement, right? We know, like, maybe it's like the spirit of like the home. Maybe that's what it is that's being talked about. The I don't know how to explain these things, Lord. The angels. I can't explain these things to people who don't understand what these things are. You know, anything that's built, anything that's manifested, it has its own authentic energy. So even like some weapons or some tools have their own spirit type stuff, but it's a manifested form of it that exists. However, it's also something that existed before, right? Before it had been accommodated for. So like, this is a fun fact. Every single piece of artwork that has ever been truly made was called to be made. The one who permits the calling and the making of whatever artwork or piece it is always God. Only God can permit a specific piece of artwork to be made, which is why some people, they really are in this energy because they do what they hadn't been asked to do, disobedient. And so they go against what they know would cause them grief and regret. But the reality is that that's because, and I've been through that too. The reality is that it's due to that pressure. So for me, it's a sense of duality. It's not just a sense of duality, but it is the duality that I would have to understand about what it is that I go through. Yeah, I sometimes would do something that I otherwise would have seen as would causing me, some restrictions. But I would only do it with permission from God. So I would obviously ask God to protect me and to see through it that, everything goes out all right. Perseverance, see? But some of these people, they force themselves the same way they force others, and it's due to their false promises. Their false promises, like a false Eden. That's what it is. But the reality is that there's a true Eden. There's a true promise, a true vow. There is the truth. There is the word. I am true. I am pure. And although it might be yeah, see how the fear is coming through again, you see? It's justifyingly that I communicate with the integrity that I have resolved my love in. It is with hope, justice, with wholesomeness that I have procured my arrangements through faith, sanctity, purity. And I need not for nothing. Thou shalt not need. I need for nothing. And I want for nothing. Or I don't need for nothing. Yeah, that's what it is. I apologize, Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father. I don't need for nothing. And I don't want for nothing. Thou shalt not need. Thou shalt not want. The worry is due to the distrust that they resent in their imprisonment, not due to the trust that we've built within our self-esteem. They're falling, and we're rising away from that failure. We're being led away from failure and into acceptance, into the light, away from doubt and into faith, away from death and into life. Service. Okay? All right, that's it, collective. I'm going to post this later. All right. Goodbye. See ya.